What's going on, ladies and gents? Hopefully, you all are having a great morning. We are back again at Facebook group as well as with our Insta, YouTube, and LinkedIn family with some incredible early morning value specifically for e-commerce brand owners who want to scale their brands to 100K run rate using Facebook ads the way countless of our clients are already been doing. Imagine how amazing it could be while growing your brand from 0 to 100K run rate with just a few strategic steps. How could amazing it would be. And yes, it's achievable because by the end of this live session you will have an actionable plan for scaling your D2C brand to 100K month rate using these advanced Facebook ad strategies, which I will be covering on this session, which I have mentioned over here. Advanced hyper targeting, segment your target audience, scaling with your behavior and value based lookalike audiences, phase for CBO Booster, dynamic scaler, granular data scaling, cost cap manual bidder, which is literally dad of scaling, and much more. That how you can also get best out of your campaigns. And the last thing I will be covering will be your bottom of the funnel campaign as well, my friend. And that's not just it. Yes, that's not just it. By the end of this session, I will be also revealing a hidden strategy that will literally explode your sales overnight using the existing data of your loyal buyers with Facebook ads, the way I have mentioned over here. But there is more. Yes, there is more. For those who stay through the end of this live session, I will be sharing these two things with them personally. A negative keyword list to avoid those scammy comments on your ads, the scam, Fiverr, AliExpress, certain kind of thing, and a scripted document of this strategy. Let's wait for one more minute. Then we will start our stuff. And also let me know, guys, where are you from in the comment section, and like this if you are loving this live. Also, at the end of this live session, you guys will be having a quick Q&A session where you can ask me any question, what we have covered here, so you can grow your brand in a more strategic way. I am very confident, guys. We are just waiting for one more minute. Okay, my friend, we are just waiting for one more minute. Just tell me where you are from, guys. Where you are from. I literally want to know. Yep. We are going. Yeah, my friend. India. Yes. How are you, my friend? You're from India. Amazing. I'm very happy. I'm also from India. Wait. Only 30 seconds left, guys. Only 30 seconds left. Now we are going to start our stuff. I'm very happy and I'm very excited to share all of those things which we are already been using for our clients to scaling their brands to 100K run rate with a phenomenal track record which you already know about us. I'm going to share every single thing. I'm not gonna hide a single thing. Bangalore, India, amazing, guys, amazing. Tell me more. I'm very happy. Ha ha ha. So, guys, 30 seconds more. Just 30 seconds more. This is what I want. Tell me where from. Now our tick will get stopped and we are going to start our stuff right away. So guys, finally we are going to start with the advanced hyper targeting which I have mentioned over here. So what's that hyper advanced targeting which I mentioned? The thing over here is I always get messages from my clients and even from the people who are in the Facebook group, on my YouTube channel, every single thing, even in my connection as well. Gaurav, how we can target those audience? I couldn't even know what is the age group and gender I should be targeting. So for that thing, you need to use your Facebook audience manager. I know you are expert at that level. I will not go into that, you can say very basic level, because this session is very advanced. So for that particular thing, you just have to go to your audience manager where you just need to add your specific category. Let's say if you are selling a skincare product, okay, so you just need to add the skincare and you're gonna see certain kind of brands that are coming over here. Click on that particular brand. Let's say CeraVe skincare, and your audience is location is USA. You have selected USA. Leave it for gender, leave it for, you can say, for your age group as well. And once you click on fetch, it will gonna give you a data that this is the bar 18 to 24, 24 to 35, 35 to 55. This is how things will gonna comes up over here. And you got to know that there are audience of 60 plus are still there who want your product. But as per your recommendation, as per your guidance, you were thinking that yes, why someone wanna buy my product of that age? See, Facebook is very advanced. Facebook is already been in the industry more than a decade, so it knows much very well about me, about you, and every single person's behavior. That how much time we are spending and what kind of content we are connecting with. Makes sense what I'm saying? So on that particular data, we got to know the people who are above 25 to 60 are the audience who are looking for your product, and 86% were female. This is an example I'm giving. So they will get a better idea that yes, this is the age group I am going to target. In order to cross verify that particular stuff, what you have to do, you just need to replace that particular keyword which you added. You can say brand keyword, CeraVe skincare, replace it with another brand and see whether the data comes up is you can say repeating the same thing or not. I mean that the age group that you were getting 25 to 60, when you added that CeraVe skincare, and when you added another brand name, so the same age group is coming over here and the same gender is coming over here. If it comes, that amazing. If it gives you, you can say 75%, and in CeraVe you got 86%, that's not an issue. At the end of the day, we just need to see what data is saying. Make sense? So this is how you can get your age group in order to get right audience in your hand. This is what we did in this particular advanced hyper targeting. Now this thing is covered. But one thing which always people ask me that Gaurav, what kind of interest I should be targeting? You already gave us the age group. I'm lacking at, you can say, with your interest, what kind of interest I should be targeting. So for that particular stuff, we are going to cover this segment your target audience. This segment your target audience, this one is a foundational stuff. You need to set your foundation in this way. Why? Because in this we will be having a multiple ad sets, and all those ad sets will be segmented into specific ad sets. Make sense? What does it mean? I mean that we are going to target those people who belongs to our product. What does it mean? Let's say if I'm selling a skincare product, let's say I'm selling a makeup product. So the people who are, you can say, giving responses, such kind of thing to that particular product, to that particular industry. So we need to add those kind of interest. Let me give you a better insight so get a more better understanding. See, you need to create a specific ad set on magazine date, which I say. So you just need to add all of those magazines that are totally related to the makeup stuff. So who are those audience who are reading those beauty magazines or skincare magazine? Those your audience. They want better user experience. They want a better skin. Make sense what I'm saying? So you need to list 7 to 8 magazines over there, segment into a magazine date ad set. Make sense? Using your age group which you found in your hyper targeting from your audience manager. Getting my point? Then the second thing, the ad set you need to cover is your buyer flex, which I say kind of lookalike audience. You have been noticing there are tons of ads are going on of your competitors, and one of your ad you got to know is having around 2.5k shares and 3.5k comments. Oh, amazing! And once you check on that particular ad, which is more into your skincare stuff, as you are into a skincare, if we are taking an example, you got to know that majority of the comments that comes up over here have mentioned I have received this product. I've been using this particular skincare brand since year. I have been using this particular product since week. I have just received this product. Amazing. That's a great idea that someone has claimed that I am the buyer of this particular brand. So you can just literally go to those profiles, check the interest they have liked. And once you check the interest of those particular people they have liked, you can just simply add those particular interests into your ad set by naming it as a buyer deed. Make sense? What I'm saying you. Third thing, you can also create a separate ad set for the popular celebrities. Makes sense? Why? Because girls prefer to talk with, you can say, popular celebrities. They want to look like a popular celebrity. So the brands who, what I can say, so the brands who have, you can say, having certain kind of celebrities as their influencers, they are using their products. Make sense? So you can just list out those particular celebrities into that particular specific ad set, which I told you, your celebrity ad set. The fourth ad set is information blocks. You can create a special ad set on information blocks. Let's say how to get rid of, you can say, acne. So the websites who are promoting these kinds of, you can say, blogs, they are providing information, and the user who are reading these particular blogs might be your audience as well. Why? Because in a more different way, you are selling that particular product in order to solve that problem. Hope it makes sense what I'm saying you over here. And the fourth thing, your main thing is your core deed. Core deed, I mean core. Let's say skincare. If you are selling a makeup, then makeup. If you're selling, you can say fitness brand, fitness product, fitness. If you're selling a dog product, pedigree, dog collar, certain kind of thing. And create a separate ad set on related thing. Related, I mean, if I'm selling a dog collar, then you can say dog product, certain kind of dog product, which is totally correlated. Why? Because the audience is same. Make sense? Dog collar, dog food. Audience are same. End user are same. Make sense? So this is how you need to create those particular ad set which I'm telling you right now. And the last thing which you literally need to add is your passion deed. What is that passion deed? Passion deed, I mean the people who are passionate about something. Make sense what I'm saying you? If I'm passionate about reading these kind of things, it means that it is my passion. It is my passion to glow my, you can say, skin. It's my passion to read these kind of blogs that can enhance my skin. Make sense? So these kind of blocks you can write it out over there on your copy and just add it over your ad set and name it in a specific ad set. Let's say passion deed, list all of those ad sets, all of those interest in a specific ad set. Run it on at least $10. People run it, you can say, on $5 and $8, but I would recommend you to run it on at least $10 a day. That's why I mentioned it over here for you guys. And run it for 3 days and make sure to stick with that particular rule. First day, no link clicks and no view content, kill it. Number two, second day, no ATC, kill it. Number three, third day, no purchase, kill it. Make sense? The goal of these particular campaign is to have setting a proper foundation. That's the main goal that we should be having for this particular campaign. Your segment, your target audience, that's a foundational campaign. Because in this you will be having multiple ad sets, which I told you around 10 ad set, and you got to that you were getting sales for this particular ad set, this one. Just repeat that ad set, I mean duplicate that ad set, increase the budget, play it with that and see how things are coming up. You just need to cross at least I'm saying 50 to 100 sales on this one. Once you cross 50 to 100 sales, which I mentioned over here, then you need to run this scaling with behavior and value-based lookalike audience. Makes sense? But your first goal is to have run this foundational ad set in order to get as much as data into your pixel, because your pixel is not trained yet. So in order to train your pixel, you need to have at least 50 to 100 sales in your target audience campaign, which is foundational campaign. Then you can run this scaling with behavior and value-based lookalike campaign. So how you can run that? You just need to create a custom audience. First of all, you just need to create a custom audience based upon the events that you are having. The people who have purchased in last 180 days. Make sense? Purchase 180 days, IC 180 days, ATC 180 days, PV 180 days, which is your page view content. This is what you need to address over there. Every single event that comes into your journey, into your buyer journey, I'm talking about, this is what you need to include, whether it's your Facebook page, whether it's your engagement with your Instagram, whether someone has watched your video 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%, 3 seconds. Every single parameter that comes into that custom audience, you need to create that. And based upon that, you need to create that lookalike audience. That's a behavior based lookalike audience. Make sense? And the second thing which I mentioned over here is your value based lookalike audience. What's that? See, once you go to your audience manager, you just need to create audience, and you just need to select the pixel. Very few people do this thing in the industry. Everyone is just running this behavior based lookalike audience. Very few people are running this value based lookalike audience. Value based lookalike audience, I mean, this product, this AirPod cost me around, you can say, $100 for an example. Okay. And this is a phone. For an example, or you can say this is a Parker pen. Okay, someone is having interest in the Parker pen, you can just targeting based upon their behavior. Okay, that he just, you can say, like these kind of stuff. Makes sense? And I want to target those kind of high value customer who can spend $100. Make sense? That's a value based lookalike audience. Once you click on that particular, you can say your value-based lookalike audience. How you can do that? Go to your audience manager, select your pixel. Once you select your pixel, it will gonna ask you which event you want to include. You just need to select that event. You should be having at least 100 events should be passed in last 60 days. Let's say purchase event should be fired at least 100 times. If there is no purchase in the last 60 days, if there is no purchase in the last 60 days, 100 purchases, it will not gonna allow you to create this value-based lookalike audience. So you should be having that. If it is not, no worries. You can at least create view content. You can easily create that. That's not an issue. Okay. And these are the parameters you need to be taken care of, whether you are creating this behavior based or whether you are creating this value based. 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10%. These are the parameters you need to check. You need to create with every single event I'm talking about, whether it's purchase, whether it's IC, whether it's ATC, whether it's page view, whether it's view content, whether it's Facebook 365 days, whether it's Insta 365 days, whether it's video 25%, whether it's 50% video views, whether it's 100% or 95% video views, whether it's 75% video views, whether it's 3-second video views. You need to check every single parameter with that particular stuff which I told you: 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9%, 9 to 10%. This is how you need to check. And the reason behind this is the more closer you are, 1%, it means that you are more closer to what you are looking for. 2%, you are a little bit far. 4% more far. 5% more far. So this is how things goes on. But at the end of the day, we need to check, because this is how Facebook will gonna optimize the campaigns while taking the leverage of their AI system. Make sense what I'm saying you? And make sure that you should be running it on $2.5 each ad set. But this campaign should be running, this one, scaling with behavior and value-based lookalike audience, should be running after you achieve at least 50 to 100 sales on this segment, your target audience, your foundational campaign. Make sense what I'm saying you over here? And this one, once you are running this, so it will be around, you can say, if I'm having 10 events, for an example. So you can say 10 parameters, 1%, 2%. It will be around 10 events. And your events are over there is purchase, IC, ATC, PV, around you can say 8. So you can say around 80 ad sets you are going to run in a single campaign, I'm saying, in a one day. Make sense what I'm saying you? And if I want to calculate it with $2.5, it will be more than $200 in a single day. And now you are having one question in your mind that Gaurav, you said that that we should be running this on, you can say $2.5. Why we shouldn't be running on higher budget? See, here we are not sure whether this audience will gonna work or not. We are giving it a test. Why? Because we are still in the testing phase. We have just crossed only 50 to 100 sales. Our pixel is not very much trained yet. Makes sense? So in order to get some better idea in our hand, that's why we have been using on $2.5 each ad set. Run it on 3 to 5 days. But one more catch over here: the experience which we are having while running this thing, it will gonna give you lesser cost per acquisition. That's for sure. Why? Because you are infusing this particular stuff to Facebook that I'm ready to pay, but this much I'm going to pay. So when Facebook will wanna see this thing that yes, this guy is having potential, but he's not paying anything. He's just paying $2.5. Facebook also wants to get more money from our pocket. If it will gonna bring more result to us, definitely it will gonna give us better results. Make sense what I'm saying you? So at the end of the day, our goal from this particular campaign is to have at least 100 sales from this one, from lookalike audience. Because in this you will be having multiple ad sets. You will be getting sales that should be running on 3 to 5 days. Makes sense, but make sure that you are monitoring all of those KPIs. You said that, Gaurav, you were saying that it should be running on 3 to 5 days. I've been running and I have spent almost around $1,000 in 5 days, and I just got only 3 sales. See, that's not a thing. The thing over here is that you need to be more clever and more smarter. You need to make sure that whether you are getting clicks and view content on the first day or not. Makes sense what I'm saying you over here. This is what you need to take care, which I mentioned over here as well. Okay, so make sure that you are also analyzing all those KPIs while following this KPI. Okay, the goal is to have 100 sales from this campaign. Duplicate every single ad set you are getting sales from, because at the end of the day we need to find more pockets, more and more pockets from that particular stuff, because you cannot reach 50 million audience, or you can say 5 million audience in $10, $50 and $100. You can't. You can even achieve better responses, better audiences, and better results while running this thing, in order to train your pixel while eliminating that particular testing phase. Make sense? Once you cross that particular thing, this campaign, then phase 4 CBO booster, which I have mentioned, this is literally king for you. See, here you should be having 50 sales, which I said 50 to 100. Here you should be having at least 100 sales. So it means that you already having 200 sales over here. You already having great amount of data in your pixel. You already having that offers as well, multiple copies you should be having at that time, because you have already crossed around 200 sales, if I'm not wrong. If I say 100 sales in this, 100 sales in this, 200 which I said. So let's say in totality, 200 sales for an example. I'm saying 200 sales you took. You're having great audience in your hand. You're having great offers. You already know the sweet spot as well of your product pricing as well. Now you just need to test it with your phase 4 CBO booster. What's that? See, you got to know that you are running this particular campaign as well, in which you have, you can say, duplicated majority of those ad sets that from which you are getting sales. Okay, and let's say you are having around 20 ad set in this particular campaign, in your foundational campaign, or out of that there are 7 ad set, or you can say 8 ad set that are having a ROAS of more than 5. Same thing you have encountered over here, that there were 20 ad sets that are still very profitable. Out of those 100 ad sets, 20 are very profitable, and more than, and out of those 20, there are 5 ad sets that are more than having 5 ROAS. What you did over here, you have picked those 5 from here and 5 from here, put it over in your phase 1 on $50. Why? Because they have those particular 5 audiences that are already bringing you 5 ROAS, are bringing you better results at lesser CPA. So it's time to give them a shot so they can compete with each other. Make sense what I'm saying you? That's the reason of running this phase 4. Phase 1, $50. $50 a day on those particular 10 audiences, in order to find that sweet spot. Let's say ABCDEFGH IJKL. Got it? So in that part you got to know that we are having 4 creatives in every single ad set. Makes sense? Because we were running multiple copies over here and multiple copies over here as well. And you got to know these are the 4 copies that we were running. What you did over here is that you bring 4 copies over there, put 5 ad sets from here, put out 5 from here. So 10 ad set with 4 copies each ad set. This is what you are doing in your phase 1, in order to find the sweet spot of your audience. Make sense? And once you got to know, once you running your phase 1 at $50, which I said, make sure you should give at least 24 to 48 hours for that CBO campaign. Why? Because CBO campaign takes time to optimize. This is what is literally happening. On the first day, after 24 hours, let's say you got profitable from that particular campaign. You ran at $50 and you got a sale of around $100. This is what you did. Okay, and at that time you got profitable after 24 hours. This is what we are assuming right now. So what you did over here is you got to know that yes, out of those ABCDEFGI, those 10 ad sets, these are the 5 ad sets that I got to know that these are profitable right now in my first one, and these are the 2 creatives out of those 4 creatives are profitable, from which we are getting sales. Make sense? What you did over here is you bring those particular 4 ad sets from here and 2 creatives that got profitable in the phase 1, you put it into the phase 2. Let them compete in order to find the sweet spot, because still we have not found the sweet spot, that which audience and which offer is working for me. Make sense? You got to know after running those 4 ad sets in this phase 2 with 2 creatives, you got to know B and D ad set. B and D ad set are bringing you the sales, but still those 2 creatives are still bringing you the sales. So you are still not confirmed. You are still having those particular 2 audience, but you are still confused. that which particular creatives is working for me. Good. You bring it to ad sets that are profitable in this particular phase 2. You bring them into this phase 3. Two ad set with two ad copies each ad set in order to find the sweet spot. You got to know ad set D is the one that is bringing you majority of the sales in your phase 3, which you are running at $50, and creative one is bringing you the sale. So you found a winning spot over here. Creative one and ad set D, which you can now scale it further at $100 in your phase 4. This is how you need to do in this strategic way, which I'm telling you right now. If you don't got profitable at this thing, at this you can say phase 3, kill it, run it like this. Until you get profitable again on this, you can say phase 2, then give it a shot to a phase 3, the way I told you over here. And then you can scale it further using this $100. Then you can say increase, you can say the budget as well, you can play it. Duplicate the same process in order to create, you can say more suits, or you can say more sweet spots. This is what I am going to look out. See here, we got to know that, as I said, that we are looking for five, what you say, rows of 5. You can even find, you can say, there are multiple ad sets that are more than 7 rows, 5 rows, or even 2 rows as well. So we need to check with them as well into this particular phase in order to get the sweeter spot. This is what you need to check, because at the end of the day, you need to use the proper and strategic marketing with proper guidelines, but you need to check those offers, because we are going to test those offers in the market. People will gonna buy that product, not a, you can say, robot will gonna buy that particular product. Make sense? Then once you're done with this particular stuff, you already having 100 sales in this, or you can say 50 to 100 I'm assuming right now, 100 in this, and the same thing I can assume over here. Let's say 20, 20, 20, and 30. So 200, total 200, and here I'm assuming 100 sales also. 300 sales are still here in our pixel. 300 sales are still here in our pixel, and we are literally going very well, because here we have find the sweet spot with sweet offer that people are responding, and which audience is responding to our offer. Make sense what I'm telling you over here? Once you're done with this, you already having multiple offers as well in your hand. Then you need to run this dynamic scaler campaign. But when I would recommend that you should be running this after you cross 500 sales. See, I just give you an example that you should be having 100 sales total in this particular, but you should be having more. Why? Because once you reach at this phase 3 and phase 4, when you are running at, you can say, phase 3 and phase 4, definitely you will be having tons of sales. That's for sure. Tons and tons of sales. That's my promise, because we have already been grown multiple brands to 100K run rate, and we are already been doing this thing for, you can say, more than 7 years. This is what is we are doing right now. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. And once you're done with this particular stuff and you cross at least 500 sales, then you need to run this dynamic scaler. This dynamic scaler. Why? Because dynamic scaler will gonna give you more pockets in order to scale your brand in a more strategic way, while giving you a consistent sales. Not just first day you got $500 a day, second day you got $1,000 a day, and on third day you got $300 a day. No, we want consistent sales. This is what we want, but while maintaining the profitability as well. It's not just a matter of getting sales and we are blunting money in a blunt way. We do not want that kind of thing. We need to, you can say, spend money in a more strategic way, which I always says. Okay. So in that thing, what you have to do over here is that you need to create dynamic creative scaler, which I said. You know about dynamic creative. What you have to do, you just need to create a campaign. Okay, once you go to the ad set level, you just need to select and take that particular dynamic creative. It will gonna load up. Okay, so you can add multiple creative, which I mentioned over here, 7 to 8 winning copies, and your creative you should be having in your hand, because at that stage, once you have crossed more than 500 sales using these particular stuff, first campaign, 2 campaign, 3rd campaign, multiple campaigns, while repeating this process, first, second, third, you will be having multiple sales. That's for sure. So in that particular thing, we are assuming that you should be having 500 sales, because this campaign should be running at 500 sales after we got 500 sales, because in this we will be needed 7 to 8 winning copies. This is what we literally need. So how you can run that? See, in that particular stage, as I told you in this, you got to know that I was running lookalike audiences on value based and behavior based. So what you have to do over here, what you have to do in this case, you just need to create stacked audience of lookalikes. LLA 1%, stacked LLA 3%, stacked LLA 5%, stacked LLA 10%. What's that? Stacked LLA 1%, I mean LLA 1% purchase, LLA 1% view content, LLA 1% page view, LLA 1% Facebook page 365, LLA 1% your Instagram 365. Every single audience which you have created that comes under that 1%. You have added in that particular ad set. Stacked LLA 1%, those audience will be there. But I would highly recommend you that you should be having higher events over there. What does that mean? Higher events, I mean your purchase, your IC, your ATC. And if you can include view content, that would be good as well. But I would recommend you that you should be having these things. Purchase, purchase 1%, ATC 1%, and initiate checkout 1%. These are things that you should be having. Why? Because these are the higher events. This is how funnel goes. Someone click on your ad, he landed over to your product page where view content file. Then after that, someone click on add to cart. It means that there was their intention. They want to buy that product. Make sense? That's a higher event. Then he move on to the, you can say, checkout. Then he move to the purchase. This is how you need to play with this particular thing. Okay. So 1%, 3%, 5%, and 10%. This is how you need to do that. And in that particular stuff, in every single ad set, you should be having 7 to 8 winning copies in your dynamic creative. So your Facebook algorithm can optimize it with their own algorithm. Make sense? This will gonna blow up your business, that's for sure. And how you're going to run it on? At least $50 a day. Give it a test on ABO and CBO as well. We are getting amazing results on ABO and CBO. Give it. That's why I'm telling you, you should be running after you cross at least 500 sales. That's the reason I'm telling you. But give it a test on ABO and CBO. If you are at budget constraint, which you shouldn't be having at this stage, literally you will be not be having. So at that thing, you should be running out, you can say, at least ABO and CBO campaign on $50. Okay. So I mean $10, $10, $10. This is your ABO campaign for dynamic scale, and CBO campaign will be straight on your campaign level $50. Okay. And see how it performs. Give it 24 to 48 hours for your CBO campaign, the way I told you over here. And for the ABO campaign, use 3-day rule. Makes sense? Once you cross that particular 500 sales over here, then we need to scale it further. We need to scale it further with Granuler data. Why? Because here we are having, let's say, around 1000 sales in our hand. Pixel is more mature. We are having more data in our hand. So what is happening right now? Now we just literally need to scale it further while drilling down in that particular stuff. What does it mean? I mean granular data scaling. Which age group we are getting sales from? What is the lesser cost per acquisition I am getting from which age group, which city, which state? If you have crossed more than 1000 sales, till now, definitely you already know the cost per acquisition as well. Definitely you should be knowing that yes, you are getting majority of even 60% of the sales from this particular city, from this particular state, from this particular age group. Then you can scale it further using that ABO strategy and CBO strategy as well. Make sense? Then father of every single thing, cost cap, manual bidder, which I said, dad of scaling. See, you need to run this one. This is one you need to run once you cross at least 1000 sales. I have mentioned every single thing for you guys, so you can see that 1000 sales after you achieve from these particular stuffs, after you achieve more than 1000 sales, then you need to run this particular cost cap manual bidding campaign. Otherwise, I would not recommend to run this one. Why? Because it will gonna take majority of your budget. It will gonna take majority of the budget and it's gonna spend like this in a night. It's an exploder. So I would not recommend you if you have not achieved at least 1000 sales, I would not recommend you that you shouldn't be running this one. But if you have achieved more than 1000 sales till yet after using this particular stuff which I mentioned over here, then I would highly recommend you that you should be running this cost cap manual bidder campaign, which is dad of scaling. And how you can do that? See, after achieving, you can say 1000 sales from this particular stuff which I mentioned over here, definitely you are having multiple creatives in your hand because you were testing multiple creatives, not just one offer is there, multiple creatives. You got to know that you are having 7 to 8 winning copies. That's the reason I have tested over here at $50. That's the reason. You need to bring those particular 7 to 8 winning copies that are already been bringing you majority of the sales. Let me have some water, guys. Let me have some water. Yes. So what I'm telling you over here is that once you have achieved 1000 sales over here, you should be having, you can say, multiple winning creatives in your hand, which I mentioned over. That 7 to 8 winning creatives that you should be having. And you got to know that yes, 7 to 8 winning copies I'm having in my hand. What you have to do right now is you need to scale it further using that stacked LLA, which I mentioned over here. 1%, 3%, 5%, and 10%. This is what we did. In a single campaign, we did, you can say, 4 action, 1% stack, 3% stack, 5% stack, and 10% stack. 4 assets were there. And you have already got amazing results from this campaign while duplicating and increasing the budget, while ranging and repeating. Now, what you have to do right now, you need to create a new campaign, which is your dynamic, which is your cost tab manual bidder campaign, which is that of scaling. Multiply those particular ad set by 10 times. Multiply those ad set by 10 times. I mean, duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of your LLA 1% stack. Duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of LLA 5% stack. Duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of your LLA stack 3%. Duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of your LLA stack 10%. So in totality, you are having 10 ad set in your hand, or 40 ad set in your hand that you are going to test in this particular manual bidder campaign. But here is a catch. Till yet, you have achieved around, you can say, 1000 sales, and you already having a great data in your hand, and you already know that at this particular pricing, I'm getting sales. Because earlier you were having these particular pricing, multiple pricing you were having in your hand, in your your cost per acquisition you were getting. But after achieving this particular 1000 sales goal, you got to that I am getting at $15 cost per acquisition. This is what I'm getting right now, or you can say $16 right now in my hand. So now, in order to scale it further, in order to get front of multiple customers while pushing back those advertisers who are in the industry and are your competitors, how we can being in front of our customers while avoiding those particular guys. How? In order to push more budget. But in that particular thing, we need to go in a more strategic way. Why? Because at the end of the day, we need to believe what data says. This is what we want. This is what we want, and this is what I would recommend. What you have to do in that case, the way I said that we are assuming that you are getting at $15 cost per acquisition after achieving that 1000 sales. So what you need to do? Cost per tab, 10 CPA. Make sense? Name it as like that. 10 CPA, 10 CPA cost tab and bidder. You can get a better understanding. Yes, I mean 10 into 15, 150. Mark it as your $150 as your cost per acquisition in your ad set level. Where it's a cost per acquisition, select it over here. Cost per result. There is an option of cost per result. Select over there and mention that I want sale at this thing, at this pricing of $150, and I'm ready to spend $1,000 a day on this single ad set. And here is a catch, where majority of the people will get confused over here. That Gaurav, you said that we are going to run 40 ad set, duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 into 4 ad set. LLA 1% stack, LLA 3% stack, LLA 5% stack, LLA 10% stack. So almost 40 ad sets were there. And if we are going to promote those LLA 40 ad set with $1,000 a day, I will gonna spend $40,000 in a single day. No, yes, you will gonna. But the thing over here is that you need to be more smarter on this, because here we are not testing anything. We are scaling over here. We need to have a eagle eye on this campaign, because it will gonna spend like this. It will gonna literally spend like this. So you need to make sure that you are checking it after every 10 and 15 minutes. Because the goal over here is to find the winner one. And you will be getting that as well. Why? Because once you notice that, yes, I have added over here $150 as your CPA, if I'm assuming 10 CPA with your 40 ad sets, okay, which I mentioned 10 dynamic 10 times, which is your 40 ad set. So what you are going to do over here is that you need to make sure that you are running it on $1,000 at least on a single ad set. Okay, but you need to make sure that once you have spent, and you are closer to spend $150 and then you are not getting any kind of sales, switch off that particular ad set. Don't wait for anything. And you are also noticing that my KPIs are very red, and I have spent more than, you can say, $60 till yet, and my KPIs are not very good. I mean, I'm not getting that much amount of link clicks on my ads the way I was expecting based upon the data I got from these particular campaigns while using these winning copies in that particular campaign. Switch off those particular ad set. Makes sense? This is what you literally need to do. Then only you can scale it further. So after running those particular 40 ad set, you got to know there only 5 ad set that are bringing you the results. You get profitable. That's for sure, because it happened with us every single time we run. So make sure that you are doing in that particular way. You got to know out of that particular 40 ad set, you have switched off 35 ad set on the first day that have reached to that particular cost per acquisition, 10 CPA, which we have set. And out of that, only 5 were there that are bringing you the majority of the sales, and you are getting profitable. Scale it further, increase the budget over there. It will not gonna spend in a blunt way. Why? Because it is getting profitable, and you got your sweet spot, which are your 5 ad set in this 10 CPA. Ran it for at least 24 to 40 hours and see how things are going on. If you are still getting profitable, give it a shot with more CPA. I mean 20 CPA, 30 CPA, 40 CPA, and see how things goes up. Definitely it will gonna blow up your business. But you should be maintaining proper harmony over there. I mean that you should be checking every single thing in a more strategic way. You shouldn't be, you can say, leaving it right now and you're just sleeping like this. No, don't do that. If you're going to do that, definitely you're gonna spend money and you're gonna blunt money in a blunt way. That's for sure. That you're gonna spend money in a blunt way. I'm very confident. So guys, this is what we did, and this is what we are already been doing for our clients who are already been running their brands to 100K run rate every single month, which you already know about us. Okay. And the last thing which I mentioned you, that we are going to cover for that bottom of the funnel campaign as well. That what kind of audience we are going to cover. The way I told you, this is what I said, if I'm not wrong. That what kind of data we are going to scale. This is what I said to you. Okay, so what you have to do in that thing over here is, see, after achieving 1,000 sales over here, for an example, and we got amazing sales from this particular campaigns as well, and you have crossed more than, let's say, we got 100 sales from this campaign, 100 from this, 100 from this, so around 1,500 sales we are having right now. Okay, if it means that you have served more than 1,500 customers, you already having a potential buy list of 1,500 people here, which is your bottom of the funnel campaign. See, if you are running any kind of brand, let's say you are into skincare, you are into makeup, you are into fitness, there is a single product, but there are multiple products over here as well, which you can literally cross sell to these customers. Why? Because they are your loyal customers. So what you have to do in that case, I am assuming that you all are running it on, you can say, on a Shopify store and you are using a Klaviyo. So what you have to do in that case, you just need to create a segment in your Klaviyo in terms of your purchasers. Okay, that purchasers who have made purchase on my store, it will gonna give you results. That 1,500 people. Okay, you need to create a segment over here, 2 times purchaser. It will gonna bring you results that as well. It will gonna bring you that kind of data. I'm talking about your Klaviyo audience. That these are the audience that who have purchased first only 1 time from your store, which are 1,500 people. Once I segmented on twice, we got to there are 700 people who have bought from our store more than twice. When I segmented on third, that the people, give me a list of the people who have bought from our store for more than 3 times. It loaded up and we got to there are around 500 people. What I did over here is that I synced that particular audience is your 1-time purchasers, your 2 times purchaser, your 3-time purchaser. I loaded up to your Facebook audience manager, and it can be synced automatically using Klaviyo. While going to the integration section, it will gonna sync. So what you have to do in that case, you just need to print money from that. How? While pitching another product that lies into that particular, you can say, category. If you sold any kind of skincare product to that particular 1,500 people, you can easily sell another product line that comes into that particular product that customers have purchased from you. Makes sense what I'm saying to you over here. So this is how you can blow up your business. But here is one more catch. Once you have synced that custom audience which we have created in our Klaviyo, which is your purchaser one time, purchaser two times, purchaser three times, now you are having that kind of audience in your hand. You have synced that audience to your audience manager. What you have to do over here is you just need to create a lookalike from that as well. Why? Because Facebook has bring you that kind of audience. That yes, these are 1500 audience that you have uploaded in the Facebook. Yes, they are ready, and these are 150 people purchasers. 700 two times purchasers. So what you have to do is need to click a, you can say you just need to create a lookalike audience of that particular audience and see how that thing works. Makes sense what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we want those kind of audience who are already being bringing results for us. Hope it makes sense what I'm saying to you over here. So this is how things will gonna blow up your DTC brand. Whether you're running a drop shipping, whether you're running an e-commerce brand, this kind of thing will gonna blow up your business over a night if you are having great amount of data of your existing buyers as well. Okay, guys. So these are the things which I have covered over here. I know that it's pretty long, but I have already gave you some greater insights over here that you're gonna scale your store to 100k run rate. That's for sure. I know that this looks very small, but the information which I gave you, it's around 1 hour. So make sure that you are applying all these things which I mentioned over here. And now you can ask me any questions. It's your time. Okay, someone has asked me, is there any specific reason I should run this LLA ad sets on a very low budget? Okay, you are talking about this $2.5. See, the reason of running on this particular $2.5 is in order to give Facebook an idea that we want sales, but at this particular, you can say price point. I mean that we are going to spend $2.5. It will gonna push Facebook based on our experience. It will gonna push Facebook to bring you better result. That is gonna bring you sales at lesser CPA. This is what we are experiencing since years. This is what you are going to experience as well. That's the reason we are giving it for $2.5 because here we are not confirmed whether this audience is going to work or not. If you are going to, you can say test 80 ad set in a single campaign, $2.5 a day. So you are going to spend $200 in, as I mentioned, 3 to 5 days. And if I am, you can say, assuming that you are going to run it for 5 days, definitely you are going to spend $1,000. And if you got only 4 sales, you are going to blame me that Gaurav, you said I have to run for 3 to 5 days, $2.5. What is happening? So that's the reason you need to make sure that yes, we need to find the sweeter spots over here as well, so you can scale it further by increasing the budget and duplicating those assets that are bringing you the sales in order to find more sweet spots. Hope it makes sense what I'm saying you. Okay, hope I have cleared that question as well. Second question is, should I duplicate the process to find more winning pocket with phase 4 CBO booster? Should I duplicate? Wait, let me read it again. Should I duplicate the process to find more winning pockets with phase 4 CBO booster? Okay, you are talking about this one. Yes, you can literally rinse and repeat. That's not an issue with me because at the end of the day, we literally need to find more pockets. The way I have mentioned you that you cannot reach 50 million and 5 million people, you can say in $15 budget, in your $100 budget. You need to increase the budget. This is how you can scale it further. That's not an issue. Literally, you need to scale it further. If you want to scale it further, you literally need to test as much as you can, and you need to repeat this process for your phase 4 CBO booster, which you have mentioned. Hope everything is clear right now, my friends. Let me know if you want everything from my end, as we are going to, you can say, close this particular stuff. And guys, I will gonna also share those particular negative keyword list with you. Those who have commented over here and are still here with me, I'm gonna share those lists with you. And the thing which I mentioned, that the scripted document of this particular strategy. Okay. So have a nice day, and I will gonna reach out to you next week, definitely. If I'm not wrong, I will gonna keep you posted on that as well. Have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.